Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another installment of Scott's Selections here for Tuesday, December 29th. Before getting today's play of the day, a quick recap of what happened yesterday. We ended up picking up a loss in the NBA with the Hawks minus 9.5, which was available on Bet Online at minus 115. Pretty brutal beat there. The Hawks were up 24 with 7 minutes and 20 seconds left into the fourth quarter. They gave up a 15-0 run right after that, only won the game by 8 in the end. Pretty brutal. Anytime you're up 24 halfway through the fourth and you don't even cover minus 9.5, that's pretty bad. But anyway, kind of sums up how NBA has been going so far. Not ideal, but we're going to be looking at a college basketball play for the play of the day on Tuesday, as college basketball has been very kind to us so far this season. So for this play of the day, we're going to be looking at a matchup in the Big Ten between Purdue and Rutgers taking place at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And for the play of the day, we're going with Rutgers, the home team here, minus 2.5, which is available on FanDuel at minus 112 at time recording of 1:17 a.m. Eastern Time. Couple reasons why I like Rutgers in this spot. First of all, Purdue, despite having a pretty decent overall record, they have been awful so far this season on the road. They're currently winless in their 2 road games this season. One of them is excusable, the other one's not, as they ended up losing to Iowa 2 games ago by 15 points, despite being 5.5-point underdogs. Iowa, of course, very solid team, top 10 team in the country, so you can argue that that's excusable. But the first road game they had, they lost on the road to Miami. Miami, if you don't know, has been very underwhelming so far this season. Plus, Miami was dealing with a few injuries here and there. Purdue was actually up 20 in the first half of that game before choking in the second half. So really awful performance there. But Purdue has been night and day in comparison to them at home to the road. So I think Purdue will struggle in this spot once again as they take on a Rutgers team that has been great at home this season. Rutgers, if you don't know, is 5-0 at home so far this season. They only have 1 loss in the whole season, and that was in their last game against Ohio State on the road. However, they were actually winning that game in the second half before their starting center, Miles Johnson, fouled out. And then once he fouled out, Ohio State went on a massive run and won the game by double digits. So Rutgers has played well so far this season, and they have looked really, really good at home. So looking at their resume at home so far this season, they beat Sacred Heart by double digits, beat Fairleigh Dickinson by double digits, beat Hofstra by double digits, beat Syracuse by double digits. And other than that, they played Illinois at home, despite being 4.5-point underdogs, and they won the game outright by 3. So Rutgers so far this season has beaten up on the weaker teams by double digits in every game, including Syracuse, who has been pretty good this season, and they also pulled off a home upset against Illinois, who is probably the second or third best team in the Big Ten. So pretty solid resume there at home. And if you want to look at the breakdowns here in the actual rosters, I just think Rutgers is the much better team. Purdue's been known for the last, I don't even know how many years under Painter, for having very solid big men. You can go through the line of all the guys that they've had, and this year is no different as they do have several big men who are pretty good. However, it is worth mentioning that even though Purdue is known for their size, Rutgers is actually averaging more rebounds per game. They're averaging 2.3 more rebounds per game, so I do think that even though Purdue might have the size advantage, Rutgers can easily hold their own. I think they will be able to compete with Purdue to at least limit the damage in terms of the rebounding edge for Purdue. And I do think that if Purdue's not able to generate enough second-chance points, then they will struggle a lot offensively against this Rutgers team that has been very, very good on both sides of the ball at home. Another reason why I like Rutgers in this spot is because of the backcourt. The main reason why I think there is a huge discrepancy in talent between these two rosters. Rutgers has 4 guards who are pretty good, and I do think they're a lot better than what Purdue brings to the table. Or I should say 3.5, because one of them was good in past years. He's kind of struggled lately, but I'll get into that in a second. If you want to go through Rutgers' depth chart, they have Ron Harper Jr., who is definitely the face of the team, and he's averaging 20-plus points per game. He has been great all year long. You also have guard Jacob Young, who did get injured in the game against Ohio State. However, he did practice on Monday, and he's expected to play in this game. You also have Montez Mathis, who's been very good as well. And you have senior guard Geo Baker, who has been struggling a lot with his shot so far this season, but he has been a very key contributor in recent years. And there is a chance always that he can flip a switch and have a good performance. Rutgers has 3.5 to 4 really good guards, and I do think that Purdue will struggle to keep up with them and their speed in the half court, especially if Rutgers is able to get out in transition, which they have been known to do from time to time because of the fact that Harper and Geo definitely love to try to find open shooters and to push the pace a little bit whenever they have the opportunity to. But I simply think that Purdue is going to struggle to keep up with Rutgers' guards. I think they'll be able to crash the paint. I think they'll be able to get into foul. I'd say get Purdue into some foul trouble early on. And I do think that Purdue in this hostile environment will struggle as they have all season long. I think 2.5 is a gift, especially if you shop around. You can find available at Bet Online at 3.5 right now. But Rutgers right now is at 2.5 on FanDuel. So I do think that is a very solid deal, and I'm not going to be willing to pass up on that. Now, it is a little bit difficult to find a line on this game, full disclosure, because of the fact that since Rutgers is a New Jersey school, a couple of books might not actually be offering lines. I didn't see a line available on DraftKings, didn't see a line available on Fox Bet. but FanDuel still has 2.5 at -112 on FanDuel, and that is going to be the play of the day. So the play of the day, once again, here for Tuesday, December 29th, is going to be on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, -2.5 at -112 on FanDuel. That's been Solomon Scott Selections. Go to all of you and your respective bets today. Bye, everyone.